Okay, it's time to show you guys something. Got a new streetcar project down here in Pensacola, Florida going on, one of a kind. You let me know if it ain't. So we're going to unveil the car. It's about 80% finished right now. I've been test driving it and you won't believe what you're about to see. So let me show you something. We're talking about a Volkswagen. This car lives in the same barn as Frankenstein. Maybe some people have seen this car around here. Frankenstein 2-liter 95 Volkswagen Golf. And Frankenstein has another project car here that I like to call the Yeti. This is a Yeti because nobody's ever seen one like it. Nobody's ever seen a Yeti, and nobody's ever seen this car either. And you'll soon find out why. So, what we got here is we're building a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine. Frankenstein has the same engine. Their two cars are similar, but not the same. This is a 20 valve head, commonly known as a 2020 engine, stroker engine. The original 2.0 ABA engine block with a 20 valve head on it. And we've got a bigger turbo on this car. As you can see, that's a 70 millimeter turbo, 6570 turbo. I'm hoping that's going to spool up pretty good, a 3-inch downpipe. But the big deal here is that this Frankenstein's a manual transmission like most street cars are manual. The Yeti, believe it or not, is an automatic transmission car. And that's what's one of a kind. So I'll show you in a minute. So what we got here, this car has a General Motors Chevrolet front-wheel drive automatic transmission in it. Yep, believe it or not. That's what I made every part I needed to install that transmission onto a Volkswagen engine. And I'm thinking it's going to be pretty fast. And the main reason is it's not going to break. No import automatic transmission, you know, is going to take 400, 500 horsepower once. Not even once. They're going to be in pieces on the track. So you wait till you see the size. We just got some new racing tires in, some new NASCAR wheels, and some Z-rated tires for it. But I want to show you the transmission in this car, and I'm hoping you can get a good look at it here. Look how big this transmission is. That's a 4T65E transmission out of a full-size Chevrolet car, Buicks. They're in all kinds of cars. This one happened to come out of a 1997 Monte Carlo. There's different reasons for that. I had to make the axles are custom made to fit the car, and the motor mounts, as you can see, that thing's a monster. But what we've got here on the bench is easier to see. This is the mock-up of what's in this car. Right there. That's a mock-up of what's in this car. Sorry about that. We got a 2.0 ABA engine, 4T65E. Look at the size of that thing. It's monstrous. And believe it or not, yes, it fits in this Volkswagen pretty easy. Just a little bit of cutting. A little bit of cutting and welding on the cross member. It wasn't too bad. Look at the size of that thing. 20 valve head on the engine. This is what's in the car. And I've been driving it. I finally got the transmission to work. You got a standalone transmission controller in it. Just like a standalone engine transmission, engine ECU, they make standalone transmissions. So here's the engine adapter plate I had made. Here's the starter plate to put a starter on the car because there's no starter when you do this. And the motor mounts. And the axles. That's what I've got in a kit so that I can do this again, or somebody else can do this in the future if they care to. So once again, I've been test driving the car on factory motor. It's ready to boost right now. So I'm installing a micro squirt. Yes, a micro squirt. The best thing to run is micro squirt. And believe it or not, this car, I've got a nice spoiler on the back of this car. Make it look nice. going to be a lot of features, but this car has a lot of electronics in it. It looks bad. This is what a build looks like. There's the transmission controller, aftermarket. There's the speedometer interface module to make the transmission work. They don't make a transmission controller for a front-wheel drive transmission. I guess they're not that popular, but we have one now. It works perfect. I finally got it figured out and shifting properly. So this is the Yeti sitting next to Frankenstein's barn, and it should be on the road anytime now, 4 or 5 more weeks, and I'll tag the car and put it on the road. Once again, it's a 96 Volkswagen Golf with a Chevrolet front-wheel drive transmission in it, and it is strong. It's shifting hard on the street when I test drive it, but we've only got 110 horsepower now. Wait till we get that 400 when I hook it up. So we'll be done with this video. One more thing. This car is also a flex fuel vehicle. Also going to run on Yeti 5 ethanol gasoline. This is a flex fuel vehicle. Everything's on here. The micro squirt will run flex fuel. It's got the flex fuel sensor. It's ready. So it's going to be running on Yeti 5 ethanol and should be on the street in a few weeks. I've got to introduce this car to everybody to let you know what's going on in Pensacola, Florida in the Volkswagen world. We're trying to make Volkswagens cool again. And we've done it. Alright? We're talking. We'll keep you updated later. I got to get to work.